125 is about Investors Education and Protection Fund. Now, just give it a 1 star so far in exam. Nothing much is asked, but still we have to discuss this. There are few basic questions we need to answer. Question number one is, who has the right to establish the fund? Okay, so authority to establish the fund. Second question is, types of funds which will be credited here. Third, purpose. To establish the fund. Fourth, composition. Fifth, maintenance of accounts. And the last one is audit of the fund. So these 6 questions हमको समझने हैं, and I won't spend much time on this. Quickly, let's go about it. Who is the authority which has the right to establish this fund? State government or central government? So answer to this question is, central government has the authority to do this. Now, what types of funds will be credited here? So I told you that any due on the company was need to be returned back to the investors. But there is unclaimed amount, it is almost 7 years and people didn't turn up to claim it. Then after 7 years, everything what is accumulated will go to this fund along with the interest. Along with the interest. So all those funds, I'm just not talking about the dividend, I'm talking about unclaimed deposits, unclaimed preference shares, while we redeemed but nobody could claim it. Unclaimed shares also. Unclaimed debentures also. Interest of the debentures also. Apart from that, every year central government in the budget provisions something for this fund. Ultimately, the main task of this fund, let's say, let you discuss about the purpose first. What is the main purpose? The name itself suggests investor education and awareness. What kind of awareness we want? We want to warn them by putting some marketing strategies that, look, brother, be very much meticulous and calculative while you are investing in some funds or securities, because if some scam happened, it is very difficult to get the loss back. Yes or no? एक बात समझो students, that people who are making the fraud, they will go to the jail. Yes or no? But when court asks them that why pay the money back to all the investors, generally these kinds of arguments are proposed by them. You increase our jail, but we don't have money. What you will do? You can't take their organs from the body. You can't sell it. So it happened in the past that companies are making scam. They are, let's say, making the fraud of 20,000 crores. So this is quite interesting. If you are making the scam of 50 lakhs rupees, still the maximum imprisonment is 10 years. If it is 10,000 crores, 10 years. If it is 50,000 crores, then still 10 years. So I don't want to teach you something, but make the scam of 50,000 crores. Hide the money somewhere in the Swiss countries. Even if the scam is of the 50,000 crore rupees, if you are not paying back to the public, public is demanding money. Money is not here. Money is already diverted to other countries. If you are not paying money back to the people, court of this country doesn't have right to exceed your punishment more than 10 years. And now tell me, bacha, you are spending 10 years of your life in the jail, but after coming out of the jail, guys, your life is just like heaven. Isn't it a good deal? Look, I'm not teaching you anything. The point is, The point is, shortcut kise कहते हैं? And let me tell you guys, this is not, I would say, some random theory. It is already done, established, applied, and proven theory. So many people, with the help of the previous government, look what they did is like, and when the new government came on power, they left the country. Still in their secret bank accounts, I can guarantee, guys, they have crores and crores of rupees. Guys, do you really think that the lifestyle of London is easy? Lifestyle? Comparatively, guys, if you don't have sufficient ample amount of money, you can't survive in London like city. It's very expensive. European countries, like I think one of the countries I was, uh, uh, Costa Rica नहीं क्या नाम था उसका, one of the most luxurious cities, like hardly every family has Bugatti and Ferrari like cars, Rolls Royce like cars. वो एक आइलैंड है यूरोपियन कंट्री का, किसी को नाम पता है उसका? मोंटे कार्लो नहीं नहीं नहीं, एक कसिनो जेम्स बॉन्ड का काफी फेमस था उस जगह का, अरे मैं कैसे भूल सकता हूँ यार. लेट मी शो दैट. देखो ये सिलेबस में नहीं है बट आपको दिखा रहा हूँ, मैं भूल कैसे गया यार. मोंटे कार्लो कैसीनो. हाँ हाँ हाँ, ठीक है. Its country's name is Monaco. The city name is Monaco. Have you heard about Monaco? Guys, Monaco, just look at the images. This is just a small city. But guys, I don't have words to speak. एक काम करो. Generally, when I'm taking my morning walk, sometimes when I have the time. So during the morning walk, what is my habit is like I use my tablet or I use my projector. I play this city's walk videos in 4K. आप समझे बच्चे, आज अभी आप यहाँ पे जाओ सपोज, ठीक है, एंड टाइप द वर्ड मोनाको सिटी 4K वॉक. क्या टाइप करना है? I'm telling you how to explore the cities even if you are not there. These are nothing but the virtual. So this is about the night walking, but don't go to night walking. Look at this, 1 hour and 51, so almost around 2 hours. This man just started walking with the 4K camera. He recorded everything. Don't play the music. See, it is as good as like you're walking around. मतलब इतना गजब एक सिटी है. यहाँ पे ब्राइटनेस नहीं है, बड़ा ब्राइटनेस हो तो और मजा आता है. What I'm saying that the people who are making scam in some countries, they are finding the. In fact, Britain like countries are offering citizenship. If you have some money and you're investing in British companies, they will offer you citizenship. And that is the reason, guys, that London like cities has become, the heaven for some of the criminal minded people. I don't know how the government is controlling that, but I don't want to go in that. I'm telling you, against these scams, it is the duty of the government to make the investors aware by issuing some advertisements or continuously, issuing some pamphlets or some apps or something. I don't know whether people have ever seen these kinds of advertisements on the social media or not. That be very careful from the hackers on these kinds of fraudulent hacking techniques. Protect your bank account in this way. Keep on changing your OTPs, passwords in something like that. So once you join the Demat account, with a consultation with the SEBI, the government will spend some money to keep the people aware that don't waste your money in Ponzi schemes. So in short, I'm telling you guys, the fund what is utilized over here, it is used to make the people aware about their investment proposals, investment schemes. Am I clear to all of you? Okay. After then competition. So I'm telling you guys, competition means like who are the members and who arranges the staff. So Central government will decide who will be the members in the management. Not only to that, central government will arrange the staff for investor education protection fund. Now these two last concepts are maintenance of accounts. Okay, this is what kind of fund? It is a private fund or it is a governmental fund? Tell me one thing. Governmental fund. Okay. So you tell me one thing. Who audits the government funds? Any idea? Auditor General. It's a CAG. Comptroller Auditor General of India. Very good. I think somewhere in the auditing subject you might have studied about it. So CAG audits this. Yes or no? In section 125, they have given one smart trick. What they have said, it is, I think, the bad message if the CAG gives the negative remark in the audit report. Are hai na? Because CAG is the most powerful person in this country. He's appointed by President of India. You know that for the 5 years. Second thing, his salary is just like the judges of Supreme Court. So whatever rank is given to the judges of Supreme Court, the same level of privileges are enjoyed by CAG. If you want to remove CAG because he is the man who is the enemy of the government, because he is the man appointed to expose the government in the government companies. So definitely he is going to find the discrepancies in the policy and what is the actual implementation. And he will try to taunt the government. Government may not like this. Not only to that, it is mandatory that if it is a state government audit, whatever report is prepared, it needs to be presented in the local assembly. Assembly, you understand, it's called Vidhan Sabha. And if it is the central government department, let's say CBI, police department, the police to state के अंदर में आता. Whatever I think audit report they are preparing, that need to be submitted in both the houses of parliament, and compulsory discussion will happen on that. Opposition party will ask the questions of the government. Why audit report may discrepancy? And trust me, guys, sometimes the ruling party, it is difficult for them to answer. 2G स्पेक्ट्रम का स्कैम आपने सुना होगा. I think स्पर्श ने सुना हुआ. Today UPA government is not in the power. One of the reasons is the CAG. I don't want to discuss that case study in this classroom. Okay, off the record में जाते वरना कुछ ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. One of the reasons they detected 2G spectrum scam, and they gave the estimate of that total scam worth of rupees 1.8 lakh crores. And our former CAG, he was Mr. Vinod Rai. Former. I don't know whether you are aware about this person or not, Vinod Rai. I would say one of the greatest CAG I have ever seen. 3.5 lakhs crore rupees coal scam. आप जानते हो गवर्नमेंट ऑडिट कैसे होता है? Auditing, look, I don't want to compare that, but practically I'm asking you that how you do the company audit and how you do the government audit. Name batao? Okay, I think let me ask you the examination point of view. What is the difference between proprietary audit and proprietary audit? Proprietary and proprietary. Right? Okay, not a compulsory, not a voluntary, it is not like that. आइए बड़े नटशल जल्दी से समझा दे रहा हूँ. Proprietary audit means what? Like you are not questioning the policies, you are not questioning the decisions, you are just questioning the facts. Facts in the sense like if you have debited 50 lakhs rupees salary, my maximum doubt is like, have you really paid the salary or not? Company says yes, I have paid it. Okay, fine. Give me the register of the payroll. Give me the bank statement. Give me the name of all the employees. That's what the max I can. I cannot ask it. Why did you pay 50 lakhs? Do you understand? I can just ask you what did you pay and whether do you have the sufficient evidences for that or not. This is the proprietary angle what we use in the company audit or normal other tax audit or normal other partnership audit or proprietorship audit. So we have right to raise the doubt on whatever is done, it is according to the evidences or not. That's what the max we compare. So it is just like a comparison, vouching verification. Whatever you are reflecting in your balance sheet and your profit and loss account, Do you have sufficient documentations of the same or not? That's all. We do not have go beyond that. I cannot ask the management, why did you pay this much electricity? And if I do raise this question, company क्या बोलेगी, Mr. Auditor, this is none of your business. Company needed, that's why we did this. Do you need proof? This is what is the electricity bill. This is what the bank statement from which we have paid. Don't be over smart. See the evidences and allow it. That's all. But in the government audit, we cannot go like this. In the government audit, guys, we are just not questioning the transactions. We are questioning whether the transactions are according to the budget provisions or not. In the budget, whatever provision you have made, it is according to the policy or not. And policy, whatever you have made, it is according to the public interest or not. Because at the end of the day, guys, public money, tax money, what we have paid, are involved in that. So in fact, the governmental auditor, I pray guys in your life you may get the opportunity to go for the government audit. But bahut maza aata. Because you are questioning the decisions of the government officers, IAS officers. Can you believe that? Policy makers. Okay, let me tell you something about the 2G spectrum. What actually happened in 2G spectrum? Are you interested to know about this? ठीक है? क्योंकि CAG की बात निकली है तो I think I should tell you about that. Yeah. Actually, how these audits are happening, there is one website called cag.gov.in. Okay. Right now, Mr. Murmu, oh, I'm sorry, I think it's CAG website. You just type in like this and yeah, cag.gov.in. Right. So today, Mr. Murmu is our new CAG. Let me show him here. Ha. This one maybe middle one maybe. Uh, okay, I think I should translate this in English. Okay. Telephone directory. No, 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 no. Yes, CAG of India today. Yeah, he is Sri Girish Chandra Murmu. He is the Comptroller Auditor General of India today, appointed by President of India. Now, this office is actually accountable for the all the audits of the government departments, but unfortunately they don't have staff, so they hire the ICI members to get done all the audits. That means nothing. Thank you. Who are the members of ICI? Chartered accountants who are in practice. So basically, every year before I think end of the April, ICI opens one empanelment form. All those chartered accountancy firms who wants to take the government audit and the bank audit, they can apply to this empanelment. Empanelment has the four categories of the chartered accountants. Category A, B, C, and D. D means least priority CAs. C means something better. B means high chances. A means top quality. In fact, if you want to get qualified into D class, you have to satisfy certain criteria like your minimum firm's revenue should be 50 lakhs rupees per annum. You should have minimum 5 partners, out of which two must be fellow chartered accountants. That means who has completed 5 years of practicing experience. That is very solid. Then you will be classified as the class D, not a class A. From class D, you have to, recognize yourself to class A. For that, you have to follow the lot of standards. You have to follow a lot of protocols and all that. So at one day, one chartered accountant was scrutinizing this 2G spectrum files. What is basically spectrum? Government when launches the satellite on the orbit of the Earth, there is some frequency using which we can, create the telecommunication services. Right now, we are in the era of 5G, but at that point of time, it was 2G technology. Now the spectrum, some spectrum means these gigahertz to this gigahertz. Have you heard about that? Spectrum has one length. So this much to this much, this much to this much. Likewise, they have bifurcated the certain spectrums, and the government wanted to give the spectrum to be used by the telecommunication companies. Now you understand that if you are owning the spectrum, let's say one spectrum means like you can allow more than 5 crore your telecommunication customers for the 2G telecommunication services. So if you have the license, you can issue 5 crore SIM cards and you can earn money. I hope you are understanding. So what happened is like CA chartered accountant was verifying all the files, and suddenly he called CAG office and said that I have some serious news about one scam I want to discuss. So in that meeting, he gave the file. वो file थी Tata Telecommunication की, long back. I don't know whether you are aware of that or not, but Tata recently launched the telecommunication services in the name of Tata Docomo. नहीं पता आप लोगों को? आज कहाँ है डोकोमो? ढूंढने से भी नहीं मिलेगा आपको, क्योंकि रीजन है उसका. Now, what was the thing is like actually government had introduced the policy, telecommunication ministry, that government of India will allocate the license on the priority basis. What do you mean by priority basis? Whosoever comes first will be given the first chance to get what? The license. My first question to you is, if you are the telecom minister during that time, this policy was backed by A. Raja. A. Raja, pata? If you from Tamil Nadu, I think he is one of the DMK ministers. My God, आपको नहीं पता? Yeah, he's that man. A. Raja. He was the telecom minister at that point of time, and he supported this policy that whosoever comes first will get the license first. But if you tell me, you are a telecom minister, you have the right to make the policies regarding telecom technologies. I am giving you the two alternatives. Apply your smart brain and tell me which policy is good for the interest of country. First one will get the first priority, that is good for the country, or tender basis. Tender basis means you quote, highest bid will get the spectrum. Which policy is good for the health of the finance of the country? Tender, because in the tender, guys, highest bidder will get what? The spectrum, not the first one. It is also, look, if you're keeping the first policy, first one will get the first priority. It is quite possible that the later one is quoting high, but he may not get this. The reason is already it is allocated to the first one. Yes or no? So government kept that. So what happened? Tata applied to the license by paying 1200 crores. And just after 6 months, just within what? Tata sold the same spectrum rights to one of the Japanese companies by charging 36,000 crores. Can you imagine, guys, the capital gain? It's a capital gain, isn't it? Earned by Tata, 36,000 minus 1200. My simple question, look, what is as being government auditor, what is my duty? आप ये जो सीए पढ़ रहे हो छोड़ो अभी. आप बन के क्या करोगे? आज आप मैं आपको वो सिखाता हूँ. कैसे ऑडिट किया जाता है. ऑडिट डजंट मीन दैट यू जस्ट ऑल द टाइम्स डू बिजी विद द डॉक्यूमेंट्स. ये ऑडिट नहीं है भाई. आई नेवर गो फॉर द डॉक्यूमेंटेशन वेरिफिकेशन. मैं जब भी ऑडिट में जाता हूँ, दैट इज फॉर माई आर्टिकल्स, नॉट फॉर मी. वो पेन लेके टिक लगाना है, हाँ ये कागज मैच हो रहा है, ये मेरा काम थोड़ी है. बेटा मैं सीधा बैलेंस शीट पकड़ता हूँ, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस पकड़ता हूँ और स्क्रूटिनाइज करता हूँ पहले. इतने साल के एक्सपीरियंस से पता चल जाता है ये डाउटफुल है भाई, ये एक्सपेंसेस इतना कैसे आया, इसको खोलो चलो. इट्स कॉल्ड द डिग डाउन टेक्निक. एक चीज उठाओ और डिटेल में घुस जाओ उसमें. Are you doubt on this? Show me the evidences. And I will dig it down till I am satisfied. Do you understand? And if you are perfect in one expenses, that means your control is so perfect that it's very difficult to go for the wrong things. This is how I earn the trust of the organization. For example, if I'm scrutinizing guys the profit and loss account and suddenly I found that machine repairing cost 15 lakhs. Kitna? 15 lakhs. And then I cross check the balance sheet and I raise a doubt. ये हुआ है, मैंने doubt raise किया. मैंने कहा भाई ये machine repairing का आपने 15 lakhs डाला, it's wrong. Company says how can you say it's wrong? मैंने कहा गधे, if you are debiting 15 lakhs to machine repairing cost में, you should have machine in your balance sheet. किधर है? हाँ तो कहाँ से आया ये? Now there are two things. Either you missed something, possible that you bought but you forgot to enter into the system, or everything is depreciated? कुछ तो बताओ. This is called reasonable verification according to one auditing standard. मुझे नहीं पता, एनालिटिकल रिव्यू करके एक आता है भाई. अरे भाई आता है ना. एंड 320 इज मटेरियलिटी, वो नहीं है. एक है एनालिटिकल रिव्यू करके एक ऑडिटिंग स्टैंडर्ड आता है, मुझे पता. यू आर क्रॉस चेकिंग द डेटा एंड ट्राई टू सी द रीजनेबल वेरिफिकेशन that data what is appearing over here, it is reasonably matching with the other data or not. In I went to Disa. Disa is a place which is famous for potatoes. So in one of the proprietary concerns, I was auditing the profit and loss account, and suddenly I found the expenses, cold storage expenses debited in profit and loss account amounting to somewhere around 3.5 lakhs. Cold storage. So I raised the objection. मैंने कहा भाई ये गलत है. उनका सर क्या गलत है, हमने पे किया है. I told him, sir, you're doing tea business. Dry tea, Who stupid keeps tea in cold storage? So when your business is tea, ये cold storage किस बात का है? चाय की पत्ती यार कौन फ्रिज में रखता है? नहीं होता ना. They said, नहीं sir, it is for the potatoes. Potatoes need to be kept in cold storage. Actually, he had two farms. He had two farms. One is the potato, other one is what? Tea. By mistake, that farm's expenses he debited here because voucher was named in the wrong form. Bill was written in the wrong form name. So this is how I'm telling you, आपको ढूंढने की जरूरत नहीं है, दिमाग अप्लाई करो पता चल जाता है. I hope you are understanding this. So you tell me guys, 1200 crore rupees license which was bought by the Tata later on got sold to one of the Japanese company named Docomo with 36,000 crores. What profit Tata earned? I think 36,000 multiplied by minus 1200 comes to 34,800 crore rupees profit went in the treasury of Tata. Guys, if the government would have gone for tender process, Japanese company would have participated in that or not? Because it was open for the whole global companies. And guys, if they would have participated, this company was ready to spend 36,000 crores. So the 36,000 crores which went in the treasury of Tata, it could go in the treasury of the government. Just because of your bad policy, government lost the 34,800 crores. That's called a scam. Because I don't know, God, come on here. If you want to understand the law, sometimes you please start taking interest in the politics. Because CAG told in its report, let me tell you guys, 2G spectrum scam amount. If you just type like this, 2G spectrum scam amount. And look at guys what figure you are getting. It is 1,60,000 crores, guys. It's not a god. $22 billion. यार ये आप समझो कितना. But did you understand how this amount came to? It is opportunity cost. It is not actual loss. But opportunity cost is also loss, brother. You could earn, but you are not earning. It is also your loss. And that's the job of governmental audit. And this way of auditing is known as the propriety angle, not a proprietary angle. I hope you are understanding. When you question the management decisions, management policies, it's not like what did you do? You're asking why did you do? And it is justified or not. This is known as government audit. I enjoyed 3 years of my life as auditor of the Bank of Baroda. मुझे बहुत मजा आता था. अच्छा, शुरू शुरू में 12 to 13, 13 to 14, 14 to 15, 3 साल back to back. North Gujarat. And in bank also, guys, we have to ask the management decisions. मजा आता था. Okay, बच्चों. But I'm not here to tell you about auditing. I'm telling you one thing. That if it is IEPF, sorry, maybe you're thinking, sir, आप कहाँ से कहाँ चले गए? But आवश्यकता थी, जरूरी था थोड़ा कुछ, ठीक है? तो audit of the fund, obviously it's a government fund, so now you have the answer. Who does the audit of this fund? Answer is CAG. Now I think you have also understood how it does it. It is just not asking that what did you spend, it is also asking why did you spend. It will also ask you, whatever you spent, was it authorized or not? If it was authorized, whether it was according to the budget provision or not. So there are so many questions we ask in government. But here I am telling you maintenance of accounts. This part. So Modi ji is very smart. He said at the end of the day, who is going to find the mistakes? CAG. So why don't you maintain the accounts according to the instruction of the CAG? If you're maintaining your account according to the instruction of CAG and later on CAG is questioning that, we can say, bhai tune to bola tha. So guys, answer to this question is accounts will be maintained as per, or rather you can write like this, on advice of CAG. Yes, that's what I'm saying. On advice of CAG. The last comment what I want to make is that audit report shall be placed in the both the houses of. I think that's not about only IEPF audit report, but it is, I would say, about everything. Okay. So audit report and annual report. Yes, these two. Annual report, shall be placed in both the houses of Parliament. Both the houses of Parliament for further discussion. So that's a little bit, I would say, brief discussion about what is section 125. All right. So guys, 125, if you want to see that how does it look like in the law, so you know where you need to go. Come to ebook here. Click on, ebook MCA. Go to section 125. Okay, there are two ways. Like if you do not want to search the dividend chapter, simply type the word 125, let the result come, and it is coming. Investor education and so this book is a software, wonderful software, I would say. Click on this. So guys, you see, central government will establish this fund. These are all the funds what will be deposited over there. I think we have already discussed about it. So I don't want to waste my time. Okay, the fund shall be utilized for what? You have to refund the unclaimed dividends, mature deposits. So whatever you have taken, the same fund will be used to pay it back, as well as awareness and promotional activities. I don't want to read that. Okay. After that, next one is anyone who wants to claim the things may apply to IEPF by filing certain forms. I think I told you that form IEPF 5 करके form था. You can put the details and you can pay some fees and your inquiry will start. The manner and the administration, no, this is the competition point. So there will be chairperson, members, and chief executive officer who they will hold the meetings according to the rules. After that, central government will provide the officers and the employee support, and this authority will administer this fund according to the requirement. The accounts of the fund shall be audited by CAG. I hope you are understanding. So guys, I don't want to discuss much in this. So this is very basic things. Don't read everything. Instead of that, I think you should remember this 5 points and your 125 is over. It is on you. If you want to go with the detailed one or this is short one. I request all of you ये पूरे के पूरे 6 पॉइंट लिख दो कहीं पे लिख दिए अच्छी बात है बच्चा. So now we are moving towards another section and that one is section 126. Uh, 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 uh. तो भाई ये सब तो हो गया है. Okay, this is what the dividend chapter is, right? Okay, we are moving towards now 126. ठीक है? Write down dividend and bonus shares shall be kept in abeyance. लिख दो मेरे इसको. Now, what do you mean by this? Abeyance. So again, guys, give it as a 1 star. Don't expect much to be asked in exam. Okay, let's create the situation why 126 is there. We have already learned section 56 and 57. Now let me remind you what is section 56. It is about transfer and transmission of the securities. I explained you one thing that there are two parties. First is the transferor and another one is what? Transferee. ठीक है यहाँ तक बात समझ में आ गई? And transferor transfers the shares to transferee obviously by taking some money. But you know whose intervention is required? That's the company. Until company approves the transfer, it doesn't take place as far as the manual shares are concerned, paper-based shares are concerned. Do you agree with that? And I told you company takes some time. If you are a private company, then 30 days. If you are a public company, then 60 days. Company takes some time. It doesn't instantly approves it because it needs to go with a lot of factors. Precisely, what if these shares are partly paid up? Company need to check the financial potentiality of the other party. Whether on the call will it be able to pay the money or not. हाँ है ना? सवाल ये है. If I speak about private company, we have 30 days. If I speak about public company, we have 60 days. What if during this 30 or 60 days, company has issued the dividend? Who can claim it? That is the question. Contract is already made between transferor and transferee, but company has not approved it. If you are giving the shares to transferor and later on company approve the shares, then transferee can complain. Nah, already application was pending, but I was the reserving candidate. Why did you give the dividend to transferor? Assume it is given to transferee. Then transferor may raise the objection. Still the application is pending. So to that extent, whatever is dividend you are issuing, that is in my name. Because still in the company's records whose name is appearing, then why did you give it to transferee? So don't you think, guys, that this kinds of situation creates the confusion on the part of the company that who deserves to get the bonus shares or right issue or dividend like things? So just to resolve these kinds of problem, they came up with section 126. 126 क्या कहता है? Neither give to transferor nor give to transferee. Keep it in abeyance. Abeyance means suspend it. Or rather I would say keep it in hold. क्या करो? Hold कर लो का मतलब क्या हुआ? Hold करके रखो. Whatever final outcome comes, if the transferee is the new shareholder, give it to transferee. And if it is rejected, give it to transferee. That's all. Make sense or not? Yeah, it will be given to transferee if transferor gives in writing. It will be given to transferee only if transferor gives in writing that I don't have any problem if you give to transferee. Even if it is rejected or approved later on, I will not reclaim the dividend. If you give this kinds of things in writing, then the story is different. So I want all of you that you please read section 126 once. एक पूरा 126 एक बार पढ़ के देख लो बच्चा. क्या लिखा है टाइटल यहाँ पे? या read it. हाँ, read it. I want everyone एक बार पढ़ लो. Right to dividend, right shares and bonus shares to be held in what? Abeyance. So guys, that's what the point is trying to say. Do you want me to read? एक बार आप एक बार पूरा पढ़ लो यहाँ पे, यहाँ से. It is time to go for 127. ठीक है? शुरू करें? As I told you guys, 127 as far as the dividend chapter is concerned, my request is please mark this as the 5 stars because 123 and 127, these two are the most important sections from where we can expect good questions. Okay. Now, what is 127? Nothing but punishment if you don't follow. The 123 and 123 is nothing but the payment and declaration of the dividend. So it is trying to say that the dividend was declared but not paid. Then what's the punishment? I think I have explained that once the dividend is declared, by hook or by crook, you have to arrange the cash. Because as soon as it gets approved by the shareholders, it becomes what? It becomes what? The liability for the company. And by anyhow, you have to arrange the money. But what if you didn't have, or not only to that, law ये भी कहता है that once dividend is declared, you have to pay within 30 days. पता है ना आप लोगों को, you have to pay within 30 days. What if you couldn't do that? So maximum 2 years imprisonment, every officer is liable to pay 1,000 rupees fine and penalty. In fact, for the delay, some interest is also there. So वो तो है ही, वो important नहीं है, वो ठीक है. ये जो part है वो important नहीं है. Okay, it is written that you have to pay within 30 days, but if you haven't done that, then every director of the company shall be punishable with imprisonment which may extend up to 2 years, and the fine which shall not be less than 1,000 rupees for every day during which such default continues, and company shall be liable to pay the simple interest 18%. ये ठीक है, यहां से क्या क्वेश्चन आएंगे? ये चैलेंजिंग नहीं है, चैलेंजिंग अब है under what circumstances, even if the company didn't pay the dividend within 30 days, but still company is not liable. Company's officers are not liable. So this proviso, na, that is very important for an exam. Under following circumstances, if company doesn't pay dividend, 127 cannot apply. 127 cannot apply. So अब वो points कौन कौन से है? That's what we are going to learn. ठीक है पारस भाई, पानी वानी पी ले, छिड़क ले थोड़ा सा. नहीं, ये समझा जा सकता है, थ्योरी है और इतने लॉन्ग सेशंस चलते हैं तो भाई इट्स क्वाइट ऑब्वियस. चलो एक अच्छा काम मिल गया. ठीक है. Okay, question number one I would like to ask you is, these are the two types of questions what they are repeatedly asking in the exam. Okay, question number one क्या है एक बार देख लो. There is a member who asked the company for specific mode to pay the dividend. Suppose company is issuing the dividend by way of dividend check, but one of the members says specifically that I don't want check. Please go give me the online transfer. Give me what? Online transfer in my so and so accounts. Unfortunately, account number what was given, it was wrong, and because of that dividend couldn't be paid. Dividend couldn't be paid within what time? Within 30 days. By referring the provisions, you tell me one thing, whether company is in default or not. My question काफी easy है. You had a specific demand that I don't want check. I want what? Online transfer. This is my bank account. Question clearly says that shareholder gave the wrong bank account number, and because of that company couldn't pay within 30 days. Whether 127 is applicable or not applicable. Okay, Dhanush says it's not applicable. Varshini? Shareholder give it. Not. Bhavana? Same answer. To give the right, yes, exactly. That's what the argument. It's not a company's mistake. Why you see? When you are saying I want to do online, it is whose duty to give the correct account number? It is whose duty? Shareholder. So here in this question data, who is at the back foot? काश CA इंटर इतना easy होता. But the answer to this question is company is at the back foot and company has to go for 127. Reason is why. If you read all these 4 points, look at the B point. This question what I have created, it is out of the B point. Look at it and read it. I am reading for you and tell me where the company failed. Where a shareholder has given the directions to the company. In my question, direction was given or not given? That he wants a specific method. Yeah. Regarding the payment of the dividend, and those directions cannot be complied. The direction was given, but company couldn't comply this because of any reason. And the same is what? What mistake is made by the company? Company didn't communicate it to the shareholder. We should have said that, sir, your bank account was wrong and that's why we couldn't pay it. Don't demand another bank account number. Just inform, write a letter that yes, we tried, but somehow we couldn't. Then it becomes the shareholder's duty to come back to the company and provide the another method to claim it. I hope you are understanding. So if company couldn't communicate, which is the demand of the section 127 clause B, company is definitely guilty and 127 is applicable. Punishment and the fine and the interest is applicable. समझ में आया? ये क्वेश्चन समझ में आई आप लोगों को? Another question I want to tell, suppose there is a member's total due dividend is 1 lakh rupees, but a member at the same time is a customer of the company also, and he is liable to pay to companies 1 lakh. So what board of directors thought? Shareholder is liable to pay 1 lakh. As a customer, we are liable to pay 1 lakh to the shareholder as a dividend. Let's compensate, let's set it off. So company didn't pay. And later on member says that I didn't get the dividend within 30 days. Company said, but it is adjusted. But shareholder says, nahi, I didn't receive it within 30 days, which is the demand of section 123. So 127 is applicable. I want justice. I want justice. I want justice. You tell me one thing, if the company is setting off the amount of dividend against some demand, do you get my point? Against some demand. 127 is applicable or not applicable? Chalo, don't put much of your head. Look at the D point, where the dividend has been lawfully adjusted by the company against the sum due to it from the shareholder. So guys, such adjustments are lawful or unlawful? Allowed, and this will not be coming under 127. So guys, that is why I told you 127, if the ICAI wants to ask some good questions, I think it has some substance, it has some potential. समझ में आया? So now let me read the other point. Other point is trying to say whether the dividend couldn't be paid by reason of the operation by law. What do you mean by operation by law? If the court orders the company don't give the dividend to this person because there is a dispute regarding who is the real owner of the shares. Suppose the father died and the shares got transmitted, but the two brothers are at the dispute. A1 says it is these are my shares. B says no, these are my shares. Are you getting my point? So matter went to the court and court instructed the company don't issue any dividend right now until the court allows. Do you get me what I am trying to say? So guys, by dividend could not be paid by reason of the operation of law. This B point I have already explained. If there is a dispute regarding, you say I deserve 5 lakhs, I say no, you deserve just 2 lakhs, and God knows what actual dividend is. Court will decide in that part. D point already I have done this. It is written any other reason due to which you couldn't pay the dividend within 30 days, then company. Now let me tell you D point thoda alag se hai, E point sorry. You couldn't pay because of the mistake of the shareholder. You couldn't pay because of I posted the registered post but you had the wrong address. It is not company's mistake. Pardon? In the account number you demanded it. Exactly that I want in the different manner. If it was the regular manner, then company is automatically liable. Sorry, if it is a regular one, then company is automatically not liable because company tried it. Your address is wrong, then it's not my mistake. But in Dhanush, in my earlier example, you specifically demanded that online credit. Company actually wanted to go for the registered post method, but you said what? No, no, I don't want to go with the registered post. Rather, you just transfer the funds in my account. Inform, not a cross check. Company just needs to inform to shareholder that sorry, we couldn't do this. Now let the shareholder decide whether it wants to give the regular method or it wants to go for the another updated accounts method. So, yeah, that is not need. That is not need because here look understand. In the first question, specific demand was there. So in the first question, guys, the point goes under point number B. But if it is a common method, no specific demand, but because of your mistake I couldn't pay, then company is not at fault. Am I clear? It is in fault because it didn't communicate. No. Checking is not possible. If there are 5,000 shareholders, how can you individually check each and everyone's external details? Company's duty is just to inform the shareholder that we tried but failed due to some reason. You tell me what to do now. Company is at mistake because of failing of communication. Because of failure of communication. Do you understand what I am saying, Bachchan? So that's all about 127. Okay? So now we are moving towards a new chapter, and new chapter is nothing but all of you know it is. Look, 128 to 138. This is what we are going to learn about accounts of companies. Okay? Just for 5 minutes. I'm here only. Don't go anywhere else.